Voice is the most traditional service in the mobile history. It's not a 5G killer app, but it's interesting that every leading 5G operator regards the construction of voice capabilities as a key milestone in 5G development. Why is voice so important to commercialization of 5G? What challenges will operators face, and how do we deal with these best? Let's listen to the interpretation of Andy Hicks, Principal Analyst of GlobalData. Welcome to Huawei 5G Live. I'm Professor Sally Eaves, and it's a real pleasure to be here today with Andy Hicks, who's Principal Analyst at GlobalData. Lovely to meet you, Andy.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And I'd love to talk to you about 5G voice and the opportunity here and why you think voice is so important for the early stage of 5G commercialization.
Well, I mean, it's funny right now in that we're not really able to commercialize 5G voice because the standard that supports it, which is really 4G voice over LTE, hasn't really been implemented by a majority of operators. So you've got operators making huge investments in 5G, wanting to incorporate voice into the solutions that let them get a return on that investment, but they can't really do it yet.
Okay, excellent. Really interesting. So how do you think operators can cope best with these challenges? What's the best way to move that gap forward?
Well, everyone has to go to voice over LTE, to VoLTE now, because it's really the foundation of 5G voice. But a lot of carriers have made really rational business decisions to leave their voice traffic on 2G and 3G networks, which means that they have to be able to push VoLTE and 5G forward at the same time as serving their 2G and 3G traffic, because they can't just make that switch overnight. They can't migrate all the users and all the services there. So they have to have a core network that really lets them use 2G, 3G, 4G voice.
That makes eminent sense, and I certainly believe there's still a lot of value in voice, and I think 5G is going to really enable that, and so I think there's a lot of business value still to be had. From your point of view, where do you think that value is most going to come from with the optimization of 5G?
Yeah, a lot of enterprise services, some consumer services. Once you get to VoLTE, then the underlying infrastructure, IMS, starts letting you incorporate carrier voice into a variety of applications. So carriers are doing this today with things like enterprise mobility, contact centers, unified communications. Will be able to embed voice into 5G services like, say, IoT voice. So think of the voice interface you use with Siri or with Alexa or whatever, used in a variety of different ways. Sometimes you'll even be speaking to an automated voice. There won't be a human behind it, but there will still be that voice control, voice recognition.
Fantastic. I think that's a great way to end it. So lots of opportunities as this transition takes place and embedding trust through that security at the same time. Thank you, Andy. Really great insights. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Pleasure.